Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about the shoes that I bought this year. I had a pretty disruptive year as far as running went. I had a stress fracture in my left second toe. It sort of started last year, and as a typical runner I let it go, and then at Christmas time, last Christmas, it got worse and worse, so I got it checked out and I had a stress fracture. So I was in a boot for 8 weeks or so and then returned to running. So I probably only really started running decent kilometres in end of June or middle to end of June. So I probably have only had 6 months of decent running, and in that 6 months I probably did a few little niggly injuries as well. So I've ran about 2,000, just over 2,000 kilometres. So for some people that's not a lot of kilometres, and for some people that's a lot of kilometres. So I'll go through what I purchased this year. I tried to stay away from a lot of carbon. I felt that I used to wear a lot of carbon, and I felt that probably the carbon maybe contributed to the stress fracture. So here's the first shoe. It's the Asics Gel Nimbus 25. The reason I first bought this was I was basically sort of told to basically take it easy and not wear so much carbon, etc. as well. So I went on that advice. I wasn't really used to heavily cush trainers. To be honest, I didn't really like the Nimbus. I found it way too soft and mushy. Didn't really give any rebound whatsoever. It probably served me a purpose, but I've probably got about 150 k's of running in these shoes. Very, very comfortable. But as a running shoe, for me, it just didn't work. So I retired it pretty quickly, and I still use it as a walking shoe. It's a great walking shoe, but I just found that you've just got to work way too hard for anything in it, and it was just too soft. My toes were getting soft, and it still happens sort of now that it gets really soft. So good walking shoe, but as far as a running shoe, maybe for a heavy runner it might be okay, but for a light runner like myself, I'm 58 kilos, 5'8", 58 kilos, so I'm pretty light, so didn't really work. The next shoe I got was the On Cloud Boom 2. This was recommended to me look, by then my toe was starting to feel better, so I wanted to put a little bit of speed into my daily runs as well. Look, obviously no carbon. It's got the speed board, the On speed board in it. It was a sort of shoe that when I tried it on, it felt quite nice, but it gathers a lot on the upper, which I didn't really like. It fit true to size. It was reasonably comfortable. To be honest, when I first purchased it, I really enjoyed it for the first probably 100 kilometres. You could go long in it, you could do workouts in it and go slow in it. But then probably after about 100 kilometres, I started to dislike it a little bit, and I sort of fell in love with it over the 300-400 kilometres I did in it. I retired it after about 400 kilometres. The outsole is pretty awful, to be honest, on this one, the Cloud Monster. Probably after about 200, 250, it started to wear badly. Look, to me, it's probably more of a lifestyle shoe. As far as a lot of people like the Ons, but I just didn't really get on with it. I still wear it as a walking shoe, but that's basically it. The next shoe I purchased was, again, my first carbon for the year. It's the Deviate Nitro 2. I had the one and I really enjoyed the one, so I thought I'd get the two just to use it for speed sessions as well. I've got about 350 k's on this. As we know with Pumas, the Puma grip is awesome. It will last forever. Runs a little bit narrow like a lot of Puma shoes do. Works pretty well. Look, I was happy that I purchased it. Good shoe. I don't wear it a great deal anymore. From time to time I still do wear it. It's got some good propulsion. Not a bad shoe. I would recommend purchasing it. Yeah, it was okay. I didn't mind it. The next shoe that I bought was probably released in 2023. I'm not quite sure. Was the Adidas SL2. Look, I've done 500 k's in this one now. I have used it for quite a while, but look, great shoe. From the time I got it out of the box, as I said, I've done 500 k's in it now. Just so comfortable with the Light Strike Pro sandwich between the Light Strike 2.0. I'm a heel striker, come midfoot striker, and just so comfortable. Just chews up the daily kilometres, and also it can, because it's pretty light, it can pick up the pace as well, and you can take it pretty long as well. I wouldn't probably take it much further than 20 to 30 kilometres, but so comfortable. Runs a bit narrow like most Adidas shoes. I wouldn't want to wear this as a casual shoe, it's a bit too narrow, but as a daily, great daily shoe. And look, for new runners or even experienced runners, like, for the price, fantastic by Adidas. Can't recommend it enough. I'll still use it. I mean, as I said, it's probably got 1,000 plus kilometres in it. Really good shoe. Can't recommend it. The next shoe that I did purchase was my first race day shoe of the year, the Elite V4, New Balance Elite V4. I've done about 75 to 80 kilometres on this shoe. I haven't raced in it because I didn't like it enough to race in it. I raced it only a couple of times this year. I had the Metaspeed Tokyo, the OGs, and I still prefer those. I found this for myself, it just didn't work. I found it a bit uncomfortable. I wore it on a couple of long runs, and then also for some speed stuff as well. And it does hold the pace quite well, but for me, it just didn't really work. I probably picked it more on appearance than probably what I should have gone for. A lot of people do like it, but for me, it just didn't really work. Lockdown was fine. I will probably give it another go just to sort of see if I can get anything out of it, but I just didn't really enjoy it. The next one I bought was by sort of September, October, I was doing a lot of long running, so I bought the Puma Mag Max. Look, you know, the reviews that come out, the shoe is awesome. Look, I can't think highly enough of this shoe. Obviously, with the massive stack, there's probably 47, 48 in the rear. I'm a US 11.5. The only real downfall for me was the weight of the shoe. Probably after about 15, 20 Ks, you could really feel it. Up here, we've had a fair bit of storms in the last probably 3 months. So when it gets wet, it's awful. It's just too heavy. Again, Puma grip, awesome. Picks up the pace really well. Great shoe. Probably a bit expensive, $280. It's pretty pricey, and it's really hard to get any codes with Puma. But I've only done about 150 Ks in it, you know what I mean? So, but I'll keep this for 6-12 months. I'll just use it as my long run recovery shoe. Probably even more just as a recovery shoe, to be honest. There's probably better shoes out there for long runs, but as a recovery shoe, I think it's great. Or if you just want to just do an easy sort of 5-10 Ks, it's very stable. Really good shoe, and I really like it. The last shoe that I purchased from all the hype was the Evo SL. Where do I start? I've got about 150 Ks in this. When I first took it out of the box, I didn't really like it. I found that the midsole, the Light Strike Pro, was a bit hard, but it softened up probably after 30-40 Ks. A couple of downfalls was the laces, the typical Adidas rubbish laces, and the tongue. As I said in a previous video, it's a bit too short. I've worked that out now, so it's not so bad. To me, it's more of a speed shoe, not so much a daily. You can use it as a daily, but it's probably, for me, it's more of a speed shoe. The Light Strike is very comfortable, great rebound, but the outsole with 150, you can sort of see already it's getting pretty mashed up, so I suspect it's probably going to go 500 at most. Good casual shoe as well to wear, very comfortable. Runs a little bit narrow, but yeah, good shoe. Is it as good as the hype? I don't believe so. So for me, probably this year, the best shoe that I've probably purchased would be the SL2. I think as a daily, the price, all rounder, you can't go against it. For new runners, definitely, look, you can probably pick them up for, I've seen them for $100. It's a really good shoe. It will last you for a long time if you don't want to have a rotation and just have the one shoe. I'd go for this personally, and I think you've got a great shoe. As I said, you can pick it up pretty cheap. Most places, you know, they retail for $180. I think I paid $180, but you'll get a better deal than that. So for me, shoe of the year, for me personally, don't know about anyone else, but shoe of the year for me is definitely the Adidas SL2. That's it for me, guys. Thanks. If you like these videos, please give us a thumbs up and drop a comment. And if you can subscribe, that would be great. I'd love it. Cheers. Thanks. Bye.